Sorry, I was just on my Facebook making sure that I follow and playing. Do I get to win? I hope I do. If I'm doing what they do, we should all be in the same pool. This is Section 10. I don't know if you've ever been to Nat Bailey Stadium, but they are the unique group. They're called the Bleacher Bums here at the ballpark. It's that Noah Syndergaard right there. I can swear he's eating a hot dog. Anyways, great ballpark. Section 10 right there. That's almost, somebody says, you know, take me through Section 10. It's like they cut out a section at Yankee Stadium and put it in Vancouver. There's something very unique about that seating. If you're ever coming to the ballpark and you just want to go for it, make sure when you call the ticket office, you ask for tickets in Section 10.
Make sure you keep your eyes open, too.
Yeah, get the odd foul ball out there once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
So the Vancouver Canadians go now to the offense. McGregory Contreras, Ryan Sloniger, and Cameron Eden. The thing that I like about this for the Vancouver Canadians right now is the offense can actually exhale. They've got a guy that's got this game in control from the pitching side of things. Now it's time to go out and get some runs.
Yeah, and I had a chance to talk to Aaron Matthews, their hitting coach, and I asked him, what's been the biggest key for you lately? And he's like, we stopped chasing pitches out of the zone, and we've attacked the fastball a lot better. So I think in order for them to be successful against Elliott, is they're going to have to do just that, and obviously the little things here and there.
Well, if you want to look like the Canadians, you can go to CanadiansBaseball.com. From retro to on the field, designer, C's Team Stores got you set up. There's a high drive. You want to put something nice on? How about that thing? McGregory Contreras dresses up a fastball and drives it over the left field fence and has given the Canadians an early 1-0 lead. Oh, baby, he almost hit that one right onto the roof of the Hay Hall porch.
And you just see Contreras right there take advantage of a pitch up in the zone, exactly like Aaron Matthews has been talking about, attacking that fastball. And he got that fastball up in the zone, and he made him pay for it.
Contreras didn't even wait. Watch this swing. One of the few mistakes you'll see from Ethan Elliott. It was actually a pretty good pitch.
It was good pitch. I should revert and say it was a pitch that was right down the middle. Not up in the zone, but it was right down the middle.
You mean that's not a good pitch?
Down the middle?
Little roller out to the shortstop, fielded clean, and Ryan Sloniger is now 0 for 1 of this game. But to get back very quickly to the Contreras home run, here's a guy that has really struggled in the early part of the season. And Ricky, you get into the final week and a half, and you look at the numbers, and as a player, you're like, man, I got to get things going here. Some guys answer the bell, and some guys don't.
Yeah, you can't throw away these last few at bats that you have in the season. Like I said, there's still time to impress. There's still time to go into the offseason more than anything, feeling good about yourself and knowing what you have to work on to be better next year. And, you know, there's a lot you can learn from this last week. I know guys are tired. I know it's been a long year, but there's still stuff to be done. And hopefully these guys figure that out and realize that all these at-bats are important.
Elliott, the left-hander, right back to work. Ball chopped just beyond the reaching glove of the shortstop. And into left field she goes. Cameron Eden, the kid out of Cal Berkeley. And he, for me, Ricky, has been one of my most, I guess, the guys that I lock in because he's got a ton of speed. And I've always said if he could just get the ball on the ground a few more times, he's going to get that average up. And, I mean, nice piece of hitting here. But now you got one of the most dangerous guys in the ballpark on base.
Always good when you have a speedy runner on base because they can create a lot. You know, they can disrupt, especially a left-handed pitcher. Go on that first move, and now you're in scoring position for Robertson, who I still see a lot of potential in.
Oh, you're not alone. I think so as well. He's had a tough year. Coming into this game, hitting a respectable 243. The power numbers haven't been there, perhaps to the way that he thought they would be, but I'll get to my thoughts on that after this next pitch. That is a little bit low. I think a lot of people forget that in their first professional year, it's almost the proverbial mulligan. They just want you to get immersed in the pro game. They want you to get used to it and get some ABs and a couple of innings. And really, that's it until you get to spring training. And then the clock starts.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to talk to him quite a bit from the telecasts that we've had. And he's a kid that has his mind right. He understands the process. He realizes that, okay, as frustrating as it can be, I can still come to the ballpark the next day and get better. And I think when you have that type of mentality, getting better, it's huge. And hopefully he goes into the offseason realizing, okay, this is what I got in front of me. This is where I need to get better. Come in with a chip on your shoulder in spring training, and good things will happen.
2-1 from Elliott. He's a slider that is swung on and missed, and the count now balances at 2-2.
It's always tough right there, too. 2-1. You've been struggling. You think you're going to get a fastball and a fastball count, and Elliott drops a little slider right there. And that's the beauty of pitching and why Elliott has the numbers he has. He understands that part of it. I'm not going to give in, and I hated giving in as a pitcher, especially if I'm down 2-1. I was scared to drop a curveball or a changeup.
Really?
Yeah.
Canadians are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to stolen bases this year, and I'm wondering if that isn't an organizational, don't do this anymore. Fastball misses outside. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Reason I bring it up is Ricky, back in 2014, we had a great team that had Tim LeCastro on it, who's now with the Dodgers. Roman Fields, who I thought was going to make it through. He's been kind of stuck in a logjam at AAA Buffalo, but boy, those guys could run. And it just seems like the organization is running less and less.
Well, I think all of baseball is running less and less. You don't see it as much. It's a bit of a lost art. I think they're obviously nowadays the home run's big, and obviously why strikeouts are really high. So, but as I've said it all in the past, I think all that stuff will come back eventually, and there's going to be a team that realizes, okay, we gotta do the small things to win ball games, and then maybe it'll come back.
So Robertson strikes out, and it brings up Brent Wright, the catcher. The catcher on Auburn, wearing the number 22 jersey. I just remember how difficult it was to play against the Canadians in 2014, who lost in the championship. They had Ryan McBroom and Franklin Barreto. This was just a team that was built to hit and run and just produce offense. And I always think to myself, God, like Cameron Eden over there, let's get going. Let's put that guy in motion.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, swing and a miss, and now the count goes to 1-1.
It's funny you say they were tough to play against in 2014, and then you look up and you're like, what about 11? What about 12? And what about 13?
All different. Yeah, you're right. The championships. I'm going to tell you this, though. Of those teams that you mentioned, 11, 12, and 13, 14 was the best of them all.
Really?
And they lost in the championship. They had Rowdy to Les, and they were loaded.
Wow.
And young Ryan Barucki on that team as well. I mean, we were littered. Jairo Laporte. But no, I mean, I look back at those championship banners, and I'm going to get back to the 2017 championship in a second here if we get a few more minutes, because I want to test your philosophy on the promotion of a minor leaguer against the promotion of a minor leaguer to the major leagues as the pitch is swung on and missed, because the next guy I was curious about is Nate Pearson. You're going to get a chance to expand your rosters in the next couple of days. I know he just got to Buffalo, but maybe there's one more promotion you can give him. Just a taste of the good life.
Yeah, I mean, with the way baseball is nowadays, it all depends if they want to start his clock now. And I think if the Blue Jays were in the middle of a pennant race or in a playoff hunt, I think they would probably think about bringing him up. But with the season obviously being in rebuild mode, why not just, he's already had a long year, pitched enough innings that they might say, hey, go home, rest. We'll see you in spring training with the chance to make the team out of camp.
Ethan Elliott thrown over, much to the chagrin of a handful of fans here.
But trust me, I'd love to see him.
Oh boy, I think there's a shadow that's coming from over the mountain, and there's all these big boys that are on their way. Elliott looking for the knockout punch here on Brent Wright. And instead it's a pitch fouled off. I mean, think about these names just from a height standpoint, a body standpoint. You've got Zoik, you've got Pearson, you've got Manoah, you've got Kloffenstein. The shortest guy of those four is 6'5".
And I think that's the approach that they've taken in drafting these guys and these big boys, and they obviously see a value in that.
High drive into right center field. Ranging over is Driscoll, and he'll be called off at the last second by Acosta. And Wright will strand Cameron Eden at first base. But it's McGregory Contreras who opens up the scoring. A solo shot that opens up the bottom of the second, and it gives the Vancouver Canadians An early 1-0 lead. We'll find our way towards the top of the third. Canadians leading 1-0 here on Sportsnet Pacific.